Okay, so now we are starting our remediation sessions. This is our first session together. We're going to get some materials set up. We're going to start with some phonics and some syllable games. It's going to be really exciting and fun. But how's school going?
Good.
Okay, let's see. We're going to get this Chromebook set up to this Wi-Fi.
My Chromebook is touchscreen at school.
This one is not touchscreen. So it's going to take a second, but that's okay. We're working on it. Sometimes things take a while to set up the technology aspect. In my classroom, my smartboard is very temperamental. Do you guys have smartboards in your classroom?
Yeah. We do, but some of them are like on like whiteboards and it's a projector, or some of them are just like the boards.
Okay. Okay, here we go. We got this set up. Cool. We need that in a little bit. Oh, okay. So we're going to be working on your reading and writing skills in our 7 sessions together. The first thing I want to do is, have you ever seen a really long word that felt impossible to read?
Yeah.
When you're reading? So that's what we're going to work on.
Like
you already know how to read short words by sounding them out. So today we're going to use that same skill to break bigger words into parts. This way when you're reading, it helps you.
I already know how to do it together. It's to get her.
That's what we're doing today. We're here. We're going to practice dividing words into syllables, and then we're going to spot the prefixes and suffixes to change their meaning. I'm going to talk about that with you, okay? So like this, let's find this one first. I have a couple of pages out for you. This one, and I have this one I'm going to do first. Flip these over so I don't get distracted. I also have a game board, which is cool to make it not boring.
Okay. So we're just gonna like play games.
Like watch. Invisible, right?
Yeah.
Invisible. Like this. Invisible.
Invisible.
Yeah. So we're going to break words up like that.
Okay.
And that's 4 syllable word, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So what we're going to do here is do a couple of pages. Oh. Before we get into the cards, I want you to look at these words. We're going to do this. So cooperate, co-operate. Okay. You're not going to use all of these. So cottonwood. 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 Okay. You could put these lines in to help you, and then I want you to write the word parts in the boxes, please.
Oh, this is a thick pencil.
Well, it's for preschoolers. That's all I got. Good. Bless you.
Thank you.
The dog's bothering you. He's happy. It's almost his birthday. I got him some toys.
Okay. I don't know this right.
Permission.
Mm-hmm.
Permission. Some teachers tap. Some teachers chop. Blend. That's what we do. Good. Do you know what that says? The next one?
Administration.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Administration.
Add.
Min.
Asian.
Tap it out like you're doing syllables. Administration. Mm-hmm. It's easier to do it if you say it out loud. So the reason why we're doing this sort of thing is because when we were working together in our last sessions, these bigger words were a lot of the words that you stumbled on. So although this might seem super easy and like you're going to fly through it, it's important to work on this type of word work. Are you guys doing anything in word work right now in your classrooms or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
We're just doing word searches, that's it.
Okay. We're going to stop, please.
Yeah, done.
Okay. I need these little shells for our next game. So I'm going to keep them here. Okay. Cooperate. Co-operate. Good. That's there. Cottonwood. Cottonwood. Good. Bibliography. Bibliography. Obstacle. Geography. Geography. Permission. Permission. Administration. Administration. Exercise. So, these two, I want you to fix them. Do you need an eraser? Let's see. I have erasers on these two. Woo!
These ones are easier.
They are. Pencil's just not sharp. Which I wonder if it could be sharpened in a hand sharpener. No. Remember, if you get stuck, use your, say it out loud. Bib. Say this word out loud.
Bibliography.
Do your syllables like that.
Bibliography.
Ruffy. Make your lines in the word. Bib. Good. Good. Good, good, good. Poor little boogery thing. Geography, do the same thing.
Geography.
Yeah. Nice. You excited to get on the Chromebook today?
Yes.
Me too.
I'm waiting for that. I can't wait. Okay, I'm done now.
Geography, perfect. Amazing. Great job. Now I have cards.
Okay.
I have words. Some are easier than others. Some are tricky. So I'm going to take a mixture of some easy and tricky ones. And I'm going to add some of them. Okay. So what I want you to do here, where did I put it, is write your name.
Okay.
I'm going to show you the example here. So the example here, if I gave you the card that said harmonica, you would write har-mon-ica with the dashes like that, and then I want you to write how many syllables
Okay.
are in the word. So if I gave you automatic, the answer's on the back, but you're going to write it first here, broken up with the lines, and then I want you to tell me how many syllables.
I don't know.
Think about it. Automatic.
Attic. Automatic.
Yes. You can, if you want to write syllables first, that might help. You put the dash. So it was 4 syllables. Remember we... Good. Good. See?
Yay!
Nice. Now, this one. Some of them are really easy. So don't get tricked up because it's easy. What word is that?
Temper.
Clap it out.
Temper.
This is important. Do you see how you're getting confused? When you say it out loud, you're getting it right. But when you're reading it and writing it, you're making a mistake. That's totally normal, and that's what we're working on today.
Okay.
That's what we're doing. You're doing a really great job. Remember, if you say things out loud, even when you read out loud, you read like totally amazing. Invisible.
Visible.
Good.
Done with that one.
Nice.
Yay! What does that word say?
Figure it out. Try first. Dynamite.
Oh.
That's okay.
Dynamite. Dynamite.
Yeah. Awesome. University. But these are hard words. You're doing a great job. University.
University.
Close. Really close.
University.
Flip it over. Flip the card over. We'll give you the answer. University.
This is hard.
I know. That's why we're doing it. This is supposed to be hard. If it was easy, that'd be so boring.
I need a tissue. Please. Thanks.
You're doing great, even being a little boogery. The garbage is locked.
Of course it is.
Just put it on top.
Okay.
Try to say the word before you tap it out.
Democracy.
Mm-mm.
What? Democracy.
Yeah.
Yay. Democracy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What does that word say?
That's a hard one. Don't tap it out. Just try to read the word first. It looks really weird, right? Precious. Precious. It does look like that. It really does. It's a tricky one. Precious. This is a tricky one.
Your dad's crazy.
You can look.
Okay.
Precious.
Precious. Don't tell Dad because he's gonna make fun of me. Like he
You're doing a
always
great
does.
job.
Like he always does.
I have to do that for my class. Okay. That was it?
You just took like a random picture of me like, oh, okay, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Character.
Yeah.
Care. Actor.
Yeah.
Looks like chair actor. Character.
It does look like that.
I forget. Wait. Okay. That was very good.
Okay. And then the last one's going to be really tricky, but do this one first.
Sign.
Mm-mm.
Synthesis.
Close.
Synthesis.
Synthesis. Science word.
Synthesis.
Yeah.
I'm crazy.
Sound of the metal scratching the paper. Drove me crazy. Mm-hmm. Synthesis.
Synthesis.
How many syllables?
3.
Good. Last one. I even taped this one because I cut it by accident. Try to read this word.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta look at this closer. Incomprehensible.
Close. Flip it over and try to read it. Sound it out like that.
Incomprehensible.
Incomprehensible.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sybil. Perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Amazing. Wonderful. Great.
I don't like that. That was scary.
You did great. Okay. Now, I have this worksheet. What we're going to do here is you're just going to write the words on the lines based on how many syllables they have. So like incomprehensible, incomprehensible. Incomprehensible.
6.
So you would write it here. You would write this word here on this line because it has 6 syllables in it. So write the word incomprehensible under 6. You might have to make it tiny because it's large. No, just regular without the dashes.
Oh,
That's okay. I didn't explain it. You're doing great. My computer's going down. Okay. You're doing wonderful. We're actually flying through this. It's already been a half hour. Look at your little cute arms and your little shirt. You're so cute. Your mom and I were talking about how big you've gotten being in middle school. Sorry, I'm distracting you. Okay. If I give you this one, how many syllables does it have? Figure out the word.
Particular.
Yeah, how many syllables?
Particular.
Yeah.
4.
Yes.
Ugh. My nose is so stuffy.
I know. Okay, next one. Ow. You can do it.
Kapupu.
You're silly. Flip it over and look at the back how it's broken down, and then try to figure out what the word says.
Agriculture.
Try it again.
Agriculture.
Here's your hint. Think about farmers.
Okay. Culture.
Yeah, agriculture. Good.
I need to write it.
Oh. Agriculture. Like crops. Like corn and wheat. What else do farmers collect? Lettuce. Okay.
Eggs.
Something you need. Don't flip it over.
Aww.
Figure it out. You can do it.
Antibascus.
Nope. Flip it over and try to sound it out.
Antibiotics.
Yeah. Antibiotics. How many syllables does that have?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So do you see how the word was really hard for you? And then when you broke it down into smaller parts, you were able to read it?
Mm-hmm.
That's really important. That's what I want you to focus on when you're reading big words in school.
Okay.
So that's why we're going to work on this.
Okay.
Okay? Cool. Here's your next one.
Harmonica.
Good. How many syllables?
That was easy because I play an instrument.
Ooh, what instrument?
Flute.
I used to play the flute.
Mommy used to
Did your dad tell you that I used to play the flute all day long and it used to drive him insane?
No. My mom played the clarinet, but she wanted to play the flute. But she had to play the
I played the flute, and I bothered my brother with that flute endlessly. He thought it was so annoying. You should ask him about it. All right, harmonica.
Harmonica.
How many?
4.
Flip it over and check.
Yay.
Yeah.
It's easy to spell too.
Okay, speaking of instrument, figure that out.
I want to slap that bug so hard.
Leave it, it's living its best life.
Really? Percussion?
Yeah.
Let me guess, the next one's gonna be flip.
Nope, figure it out. How many syllables?
Percussion. 3.
Yeah. Okay, so anytime you're reading, right, and you're reading and you don't know a word, I want you to circle it. We're going to do that later. And then you're really good at breaking them apart. If you break them apart into smaller pieces with your syllables, then you can decode the word easier. So So that's going to be a good skill for you to have, okay? If you see a word and you're like, what the heck does that say? I want you to remember that you can kind of clap out the word, but don't clap out the word loudly and embarrass yourself. Do it, you could do it like this. You can do it like this. Don't be like, percussion! So that's weird. But you know what I'm saying, right?
It looks weird when you do it.
Well, of course.
Percussion!
You're good. Write your name on that, and I'm going to take it. We're going to move on to something else because I think you're doing really well with that. So, we're still going to work on phonics and syllables, but we're going to do something a little different now.
Okay.
So now we're going to move on to...
Is it the seashell game?
No, we're going to work on this game. Seashell game is next.
Yeah.
Put this away. So we're gonna sort words together. Prefix, suffix, both, or none. Do you know what those words mean?
No.
Okay. Prefix is a letter or letters added to the beginning of a word to change the meaning. Like, let me give you one. Let's do reappear. Like, what's this say? Reappear. Appear is a word, right? Appear is the root word. Like something appeared. Reappear means that it appeared again. Re is a prefix. It's letters added to the beginning of a word to make it have a new meaning.
Okay.
So like let's do another word. This is also prefix, but I'm going to give you an example. What's that say?
Unsafe.
Why is that prefix?
Because
I'm going to put an arrow. Prefix means the beginning of a word, and suffix means something's added to the end of a word. So what's added to the beginning of this word? What's the word here that we're analyzing? The root word.
Safe.
And what's added to it? Un. So there's a prefix. So we're going to put it here. Okay? So now, what about this one? What's that word? Constantly. What do you think the root word is?
Constant.
Yeah. Constant. What's added to it?
Lead. And then it goes here.
And then it goes here because something's added to it, the end.
And then this one is both.
If they have
and then
both.
This one is nothing.
Nothing. Yep. Okay. Here's your pile.
Okay.
Say the words out loud.
Uncle.
Uncle, put them down. Okay, uncle. Is there a letter or group of letters added to the beginning of uncle to change the word, or at the end of uncle to change the word? No. Good. There's not. Good. Go ahead. That's a tricky one too.
Exclamation.
Exclamation.
Oh, exclamation. 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 There's nothing. Nothing.
Knowledgeable.
Oh.
What do you think?
The word is supposed to be knowledge, and then they just put a bull at the end. So.
Good. Really good.
Cable.
You can't see it. Okay.
Is it cable? Okay. There's nothing.
Good. You're really good at this one.
Sleepier.
Okay.
And it goes here because it's supposed to be sleep, but they just put ear at
Good. Really good.
Empty, there's nothing. Illiterate.
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 That's a tricky one. Illiterate.
Nothing. Both. I think.
What's the word, the root word in that one?
8. Illiterate.
Let me know if you need help.
Illiterate.
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 Literate is the root word. Literate means you know how to read and write. Illiterate means you don't know how to read and write. Like you've never learned.
So this goes here.
Yeah.
Irresistible.
Irresistible. Irresistible. What's the root word?
Irresist. Irresistible.
Do you want help?
Yeah.
Irresistible. The root word is
Resistible.
resist.
So this goes here.
Yeah. The root word's resist. Irresistible. Has a beginning.
Indefinitely.
If you want to circle what
It goes
you think.
here.
Look at the word. What's the root word? Indefinitely. What do you think the root word is?
Definitely.
Close. So we know you are aware that in was added to it.
Definitely.
What's added to that? What's the root word? It's not definitely.
Definite.
Yeah. Definite's the root word. Lee was added to the end. Very good.
Non-sporific.
Non-specific.
Oh God. Okay. The root word is specific, so that goes here.
Perfect.
Unimpressed, and it goes here.
Mm-hmm.
The last one. Resisting.
Restart. Well, let me see.
Oh no.
Restating.
Restating. I think it goes here.
Very good. I'm going to take a picture of this so I don't have to make you fill out this worksheet because that would be the same thing we just did. And we're doing really well with time. Okay. So, let's see.
Seashell game.
You did very, very well with this, honey. I'm really, really impressed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sorting, prefix, suffix. Okay, let me just take some notes for the guys.
Time.
It's nap time for the dogs.
Yeah.
Yep. Really good. Do. Now we're gonna do our seashell game. Yay! Let's take some notes. Okay. Now we are moving on up to this game. Okay. And you see that a prefix and a suffix changes the word, right? The prefix changes the beginning and the suffix changes the ending, but when you have a prefix and a suffix, the words change. Like specific, non-specific doesn't mean specific, it means the opposite. See that? Some words have prefixes and suffixes that change their meaning. Yes?
Oh yeah. So Thursday night,
Okay.
I was trying to go to bed because it was bedtime. My bedtime's 8:30 or 9 o'clock or 9:30, somewhere around those. But when I'm like trying to go to bed, Juliana flashes the light in my face.
That's what sisters do.
And then at 4:30 in the morning, Juliana wakes me up with her alarm. Well, everybody up except for my mom.
Which shell do you want to be?
The baby one.
Okay, so we're going to start here.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is let's see. We are going to
Background music.
That's his alarm. We're going to pick up a card, right? I'm going to go first. This says employ. Employ has 2 syllables, so I'm going to move up 1, 2 spots. And
Okay.
I'm going to check. It has 2 syllables.
Okay.
I forget what the word is.
Dolphin. Dolphin.
Mm-hmm.
It has 2. So I move up.
I think that's what we do. Right? Oh, it's in the next space with the corresponding number. So here, because it has 2 syllables. Okay. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
So I'm going to go. Let me shuffle these better. Okay. Supernatural. Supernatural. 4. I'm going to move to this one.
Okay. Sat.
Mm-hmm.
Unsat is Unsatisfactory.
Unsatisfactory.
Oh, unsatisfactory. Unsat is factory. Unsat is factory.
Flip it over and check.
6.
So move to the spot that has 6.
I'm in front of you.
Okay. Inform. 2. You move into the spot that has his number.
Fragment. 2.
So move me out of the way.
Yeet.
Constellation. I haven't seen any shooting stars yet. That's 4.
Emergency. Emergency.
Yeah, girl.
Emergency. Emergency. 4.
Here's what we should do. Since I'm on 4, why don't you move to the next 4?
Okay.
So I don't kick you out.
Wait, but then what happens if the 6 is all the way right here and there's like no other 6? You'll just win.
Yeah.
You'll win.
Committee.
Committee. 3. I'm still in front of you. Unimaginable.
Mm-hmm.
Unimaginable. 6.
Flip it over.
Yay! 6.
Headquarters. 3. Ha!
Festival. 3.
Percussion. 3.
Advertise. 3.
Distinguish. Distinguish. 3.
Foundation. Foundation. 3.
Livelihood. Livelihood. 3.
Encyclopedia. I don't know. Encyclopedia. I don't know.
Encyclopedia.
Oh, encyclopedia. Encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia. 6. Precipitation.
You win.
No, that's 5. That's right there.
Oh, yeah. Quadrilateral.
Yeah, quadrilateral is like a math thing. Quadrilateral.
5.
Yeah, you won.
Yeah, I
Okay.
did. I did.
Sore winner.
Sore loser.
The number 1 sore loser is me. Okay, so this was good. I should probably like put this out again with how did it end? Like this. Because they're gonna want pictures of everything that I'm doing. Okay. Cool.
I won.
Scary. Okay.
Julie's going to her stupid Fed's Halloween party, and this is our first Halloween together, so.
Now we're gonna move on to something else.
4K. I'm scared. Is it scary?
Very terrifying.
Oh, God.
No, we're gonna be good. This is fluency, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna make you listen to your own voice. Dibbles! My favorite. Sometimes reading out loud can be really choppy, right? Have you ever heard someone read like a robot in your classroom if your teacher calls on them? And they read like
No.
You've never heard somebody read awkward when they're reading out loud?
No.
Not smooth? Okay. Sometimes people do. So you already know how to sound out words correctly. We just worked on splitting word parts to figure out what the words mean. So today we're going to focus on making your reading sound smooth and expressive. So you're going to read this short passage 3 times. First to see how it sounds, second to improve, and then to reflect on what changed. Okay?
Why is the alarm still
Because
going?
he never wakes up. So I'm gonna read a different passage. You're gonna read this one called breathing. I'm gonna read this one called animal tools.
I want to read the shortest one.
I'll let you read the shortest one. I'm gonna read this one to you. You're gonna see how I pause at punctuation, I use expression, and I make it sound like talking instead of just reading. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna do this one first. This says animal tools, and I like to tap on the words as I read because it helps me. I have to turn it towards me because I need to see it. Humans have made and used tools for thousands of years. We have simple tools like screws, wedges, ramps, pulleys, wheels, and levers. We've gotten so good at making and using tools that we've made robots that can create and make tools. However, humans aren't the only animals to use tools. There are some tame animals that can use tools because we teach them to do so. For example, many people use service animals to help them around the house. Most service animals are dogs, but can also be cats, birds, miniature horses, or even pigs. The owners of these animals can teach them to use tools to open doors, turn on electronic devices, or call for help. There are other animals in the wild that learn to use natural objects as tools to meet a certain need. Although most animals don't use tools in this way, there is evidence that dolphins, otters, monkeys, apes, rodents, octopuses, elephants, and some birds can and do use tools in the wild. Many times, wild animals use tools for food. They can use the tools to either catch the food or to open it. Dolphins have been known to use sea sponges to stir up sand at the bottom of the ocean. This helps them uncover food. Crows have been recorded dropping stones into a water pitcher to raise the water level. This makes the water high enough for them to reach it. Various monkeys have been known to use sticks to reach into logs and anthills to get ants to eat. Otters, on the other hand, use tools to open their food. Otters love to eat clams and mussels, but the meat of the clams and mussels is hidden inside the shells, so otters use rocks to hammer open the shells. Of course, people are still the most advanced tool users, but imagine an otter using a blender to make a clam smoothie.
Okay.
That took a while. That was pretty long. You're not going to read this one. But do you notice how I didn't just say each word humans have made, and like I made it sound like talking, right? You're going to read a paragraph and we're going to talk about it. What I want you to do with your pencil is if you're having trouble with the word, I want you to circle it and then I'll tell you what it is. Okay? So if you're reading like humans have made and used tools for, and then I'll say thousands and you just keep going. So I want you to circle the words that you stumble on, okay?
Okay.
And that's what we're going to do. Hold on. Okay. Just wait a second for me. Okay. Let me know when you're ready. I'm going to time you too because I want to see how long it takes you to read this, okay? Out loud.
Okay.
Start when you're ready.
Go. Breathing in brings
Oxygen.
into our bodies. Oxygen is a colorless
Odorless.
gas that makes up over 20% of the Earth's
Atmosphere.
It makes up over 60% of the human's body. Oxygen helps the cell in your bodies make energy. When we inhale, we put air through our nose or mouth into our lungs. Then it travels through the series
Let me see. Yeah.
series of branching tubes to arrive at 20 air
Circle the word. Sacs. Read that last sentence again. Then it
travels through a
series
series of branching
tubes
to arrive at tiny air sacs.
Good.
The sacs are covered in tiny blood vessels in oxygen from the air we breathe passes into our bloodstream through these tiny blood vessels. The blood, rich with oxygen, then travels to the heart. The heart pumps it to the rest of the body. Not only does breathing bring something we need into our bodies, it also removes waste. When we exhale, we get rid of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a gas produced by cells when they change
nutrients
into energy. It leaves the body by the same route that oxygen comes in, but in reverse from the blood. It goes to the tiny blood vessels around the air sacs in your lungs. From the sacs it goes through the branches, tubes in the lungs. From the lungs, it is pushed out of the mouth or nose into the air. In the air, carbon dioxide is
available
to plants who need it the way humans and animals need oxygen. Breathing is so important to our lives that we mostly do it without talking. Trying. We can learn to control our breathing to some extent. But we mostly breathe without when being aware that we are doing so. Just imagine if you had to think about breathing every time you took a breath.
Okay. Your cold read time on that means the first time you read it was 7 minutes and 43 seconds.
Okay.
Did you process anything that you read?
No.
Or you were just focused on the words?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that happens with everybody. The first time you read something, you're just trying to figure out what it says. The second time you read it, now that you've read it already, it should be a little bit more familiar to you. That's totally normal. Okay, so a cold read is needed first, and then we can work on comprehension and fluency. So we're going to read a second time.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to read it a second time.
My hair needs to breathe.
We're going to read this 3 times. So this is the second time. You're going to read it again, and then the third time when we read it through, I'm going to record your voice, and we're going to listen to it.
I don't really want to do that.
You got to do it. When actors are reading their scripts and stuff, the first time they read it's called a cold read, like we just did, and they're just trying to get familiar with the language. And then the second time they read it's a little bit more familiar, and then the third time they've got it. That's what they do.
I don't think that's me.
And that's what we're going to try to do.
I'm an actor.
So I want you to read it a second time.
God, I don't want to.
We're gonna. I can record you reading this time, and then we can reflect on it. Do you want to do that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, when you're ready, we're gonna record it. Okay, you're gonna read this. We're gonna record it, and then we're gonna listen to it and talk about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom probably while you're doing this because I really have to pee.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Breathing in brings oxygen into our bodies. Oxygen is a colorless, odorless gas that makes up over 20% of the Earth's atmosphere. It makes up over 60% of the human body. Oxygen helps the cells in your bodies make energy. When we inhale, we pull air through our nose or mouth into our lungs. Then it travels through a series of branches, tubes to arrive at tiny air sacs. The sacs are covered in tiny blood vessels. The oxygen from the air we breathe passes into our bloodstream through the tiny blood vessels. The blood rich with oxygen, then levels to the heart. The heart pumps to the rest of the body. Not only does breathing sometimes we need into our bodies, it also removes waste. When we exhale, we get rid of carbon dioxide.
Mm-hmm.
Carbon dioxide is a gas product by cells when they change nutrients into energy. It levels the body by the same route the oxygen comes in, but it reverse.
But in reverse, yeah.
Reverse.
Got it.
From the body, it goes to the tiny blood vessels around the air sacs in our lungs. From the sacs, it goes through the branching tubes in the lungs. From the lungs, it is pushed out of our mouths or nose into the air. In the air, carbon dioxide is available to plants who need it the way humans and animals need oxygen. Breathing is important to our lives and mostly do it without trying. We can learn to control our breathing to
some extent.
Breathing
to some extent.
To some extent. But we mostly breathe without even being aware that we are doing so. Just imagine if you had to think about breathing every time you took a breath.
You cut off 2 minutes of your reading time from the cold read to the second read through. Your cold read time was almost 8 minutes, and this time was 5.5. So it's way faster.
Yay!
So see how the second time you go through something,
I do not want to read that a third time.
You read better. We're not reading it a third time, but we're going to listen to you reading it.
Oh,
and then we're
God.
going to talk about it.
Oh, God.
You're going to do good. Everything's fine.
I'm scared.
It's perfect. We're going to self-reflection. So I'm going to play this, and then I want you to think about one thing you like about your reading and one thing you want to work on. One thing you like about your reading and one thing you would like to work on.
I like reading words, and I never want to read again.
We have to read again. I want you to listen to it.
Breathing in...
Look at the voice.
Brings oxygen into our bodies. Oxygen is a odorless gas that
You
makes
sound so tiny.
up over
You don't sound like that in real life.
percent of the Earth's atmosphere. It makes up over 60% of the human body. Oxygen helps the cells in your bodies make energy. When we inhale, we pull air through our nose or mouth into our lungs.
I'm going to fast forward toward the end.
In our lungs. From the sacs, it goes through the branching tubes in the lungs. From the lungs, it is pushed out of our mouths or nose into the air. In the air, carbon dioxide is available to plants.
Okay. I'm not going to make you listen to the whole thing. What's one thing you like about your reading? Let's be the positives here. What's one thing you like about it? Think about the cold read and think about the second time through. What's one thing you like that you did differently the second time?
That I did it faster the second time. And yeah.
Okay, what's one thing you'd like to work on with your reading?
My spelling. Or my
You're sounding out. Do you know what that's called? Fluency. Good. Okay. We're going to work on this almost every time that we come together. We're going to do some sort of fluency activity, which is really important. But you did really well. You shaved off 2 minutes from your cold read to your second read. So that shows me that there's improvement. And I like that you circled the words that you needed help with. That was really great. Okay?
Okay.
Did really good. So we're going to put a dog ear on that. Do you know what that means?
No.
You're going to come back to it later. That's a dog ear. This. You ever do that in like a library book or something to save your page?
No.
Oh, well, that's called a dog ear. We're going to come back to that later. But what do you think helped you read smoother the second time?
Because I know the story a little bit more.
Do you think rereading helps with your fluency?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Now this is gonna go over here.
What are we gonna do next?
Cry? No. Dance party? Woo! Okay, we're actually going to grab all this stuff. A lot of stuff.
I never want to do that again.
Well, we're gonna move on to something else. A little bit more exciting.
Typing.
What?
Typing.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah! What are we gonna do after typing?
More typing.
After all the typing.
You're gonna be done.
And then we're gonna go to donuts.
Maybe. Okay. So for this one, we're going to... Have you ever read a story and then forgotten what happened in the story? You didn't pay attention the whole time because you were focused on the words, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you already know how to find characters and settings in books, right? And we're familiar with the story map. We've done that in the past. We're going to help track what's happening. So today we're going to learn how to track important details in a story and use a quote from the text to prove your answer. Kind of like what we did with Pippi Longstocking a few weeks ago. Remember how in that book, our job for your summer work was to find a quote, put it in, and explain why it was important to the story? We're going to do that too. this is the story map we're going to fill out. We're going to fill this out on the computer. I just have a paper version of it. You can look at it, get familiar with it while I pull it up here.
What book are we gonna do this with?
I have it right here.
Okay.
So, we are going to click to add the text. So it's going to look like this. You're going to click to add the text. You know how to do this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did this yesterday.
That's cool. Okay. So it looks like this. Here's your thing. Get it comfy. So, first thing, we're gonna have to look at this. So we're gonna come back to that after. Let's focus on a couple of vocabulary words that are going to be in the book. So before we start reading, here are the vocabulary words that we're going to be reading in this book. Okay. So let's see how well you already know them. What's this say?
Control.
Control. To use power to manage or command. The king and queen control their country, right?
Mhm.
Cool. What's this say?
Eliminate.
Eliminate. To get rid of or destroy. He's trying to eliminate weeds from his garden. Good?
Yeah.
Okay. What's this say?
Monitor.
When you monitor something, you observe or watch it in order to get information. The nurses monitored the patient's heart rate while he recovered in the hospital. Okay, the progress of the space mission was monitored by scientists on Earth. So you're watching something in order to get information. Cool. And this one, a chance of getting hurt or losing something. So the pioneers faced many risks as they traveled across the plains. Cool? Okay. So we started with defining.
Ow.
Watch your head. Knock yourself out.
Yeet.
Okay, I have some questions for after. Some comprehension questions. Test for after. Okay, so this is called, you don't have to put this number 5, but this is called Worth the Risk, A Change in Time by Peter Balmaceda. Okay, so I'm going to start reading.
Okay. Oh God, that's a lot.
It is. It's a couple of pages. I'm going to start reading, and we're going to fill in the story map together. And we're going to do comprehension. So right now we're working on comprehension. Okay? So, this is George or Jorge? How do you want to say it? Because you're going to be reading it too.
George.
Okay. George was at a loss for words. He was staring at his future self in the year 2125. Could this really be happening? I'm sure you have lots of questions, older George began, but let me start by saying it is very nice to see you, and it is very nice to hear and speak English again. The AI eliminated all other languages. I'd almost forgotten how to use it. George stammered. A million questions came to mind. He didn't know what to ask first. Then he blurted out, "It's the 22nd century. How am I still alive?" Older George smiled. Among the many things I invented is the physiological nanotechnology. Tiny robots that repair and fix injuries and diseases. It's extended my life by decades. Did you bring me here? And how did you find me? Yes, I brought you here. Unfortunately, You didn't arrive where I expected, so I couldn't find you easily. I surveilled the MAIA's chatter to see if they would find you before I did. Sure enough, they located you before I did. MAIA's? Mobile Artificial Intelligence Automations, older George replied. They're robots that fly around and monitor everything, one of the many things AI eventually created. The one that you followed here was one of mine. I repurposed it with the locations where I thought you might go. I'm going to pause right here. What the heck are we reading?
I don't know.
What's going on? Tell me what's going on so far.
So
I can reread it if you need me to.
Someone brought George somewhere, like to like a universe of speaking.
Let's start with this part of the story now that we can do ourselves. This says title and author. What's the title and author? It's not touchscreen.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I wish it was touchscreen.
Okay. Story map open right here. Okay, and press enter and put the author's name. By who?
I don't even know if
Cool.
you can see it.
I can see it. I have it right here.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Hey, I can see everything you're doing. Okay, so it's putting a squiggly arrow to the pink box. The pink box says setting. Where and when does the story take place?
I'm
gonna reread it because you're not paying attention.
Okay, reread.
Okay, and I'm gonna stop right here and we're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
And then you're gonna have to read some too.
I think it's time to run away.
We're gonna read the passage together, so we're gonna flip them and read it. But I'm gonna think out loud. All right. I am going to try to think about who the setting and characters are. We're gonna make a story map. So we need the setting, characters, the details, the conflict, the resolution, the lesson. We're gonna figure that out together. Okay. George was at a loss for words. He was staring at his future self in the year 2125. Could this really be happening? That's 1225. Okay. I'm sure you have lots of questions, older George began, but let me start by saying it's very nice to see you, and it's very nice to hear and speak English again. The AI eliminated all other languages. I'd almost forgotten how to use it. George stammered. A million questions came to mind. He didn't know what to ask first. Then he blurted out, "It's the 22nd century. How are you? How am I still alive?" Older George smiled. Among the many things I invented is physiological nanotechnology, tiny robots that repair and fix injuries and diseases. It's extended my life by decades. Did you bring me here, and how did you find me? Yes, I brought you here. Unfortunately, you didn't arrive where I expected, so I couldn't find you easily. I surveilled the MAIA's chatter to see if they would find you before I did. Sure enough, they located you before I did. MAIA's? Mobile Artificial Intelligence Automations, older George replied. The robots that fly around and monitor everything, one of the many things AI eventually created. The one that followed you here was one of mine. I repurposed it with the locations where I thought you might go.
Okay.
So what's happening?
Okay, so he is in, like, this, so the year he's in is 2020, or 2125.
Okay.
And the person that found him wasn't the guy that he's talking to. It's like another person that they were like trying to like beat each other and like finding him.
Do you want me to tell you what's happening?
Yeah. Because I'm paying attention, but I just can't remember.
Hold on, I'm gonna write that down. He's staring at his future self. His future self brought him brought him to 2125, to the future. His future self brought him to the future, and he's looking at him like, "How are you alive? This is crazy. How are we alive?" Because he's seeing his future self as like an old man. And the older guy is saying that AI, you know what AI is, right? Like ChatGPT and all that. AI kind of took over the world. And older George is like a cool like computer guy. So he was able to make a lot of like computer programs and cool stuff. So he made some technologies that made robots that fixed him so he can live forever because he has these robots that like cure you. So all we know is that AI does everything. And past George, normal George, is looking at older George just like so confused. So that's what's happened so far. Bless you. Bless you. Okay. So we know it's 2125. Can you write the word future under setting? So it looks to me like the story's about AI. So let's go down to characters. And I want you to type
Wait, what do you put in?
characters. There's past and present George so far. Or I guess past and future. Or present and future George, right?
What is vibrating the table?
Your phone?
Why?
I don't know.
How is it vibrating? No. Not my phone.
Okay. What did we put under characters?
What do we put under character?
Yeah, what does it say?
Present and future George.
Yeah. So far, right?
Yeah.
Does the AI count as a character, do we think?
Yes.
Okay. Because that's kind of like its own thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's get do you want me to keep reading it and then you just focus on the comprehension?
Yeah, okay. I'm focusing.
Okay. Oh, that's why it knew my name, George said, shaking his head. I have so many questions. Older George sighed. I know, but we don't have much time. Here's the short version of the story. You know that we've always been fascinated by computers. Well, when I was in college, I created an AI program that was so smart. I had the original version, but before I could test it and create these safety protocols and decide how to limit its use, Manny stole it. It's not touchscreen.
Oh, yeah.
I like how you're adding to it while I'm reading. That's good.
I keep forgetting it's touchscreen because my computer is touchscreen.
It's okay. So, did you write Manny?
Not yet.
Okay.
How do you spell it?
Manny.
Manny.
Okay. Before I could test it and create safety protocols and decide how to limit its use, Manny stole it. He released it into what was then called the internet and let it run wild. In a matter of weeks, my AI took over every computer system. In a matter of months, it controlled the world. And then the AI took steps to ensure its power. Older George paused and looked sad. George was shocked. But why would Manny, my good friend, our good friend, do such a thing? Older George shook his head. We had a falling out. I hadn't realized that he'd always been envious of me, my accomplishments, my work. He hid it well by acting like he didn't care, never working hard at anything, never really trying. But he did care, and I eventually discovered that he'd been secretly copying my work and scheming to use my ideas. I was stunned when he stole the program and released it under his company's name. I watched in horror as it changed the world. I tried for years to stop it, contain it, but I couldn't. What's going on?
There's 2 new characters coming into the story, and Manny took over the AI company with
I underline the word envious. So older George says that Manny is very envious of him. What does that mean?
envy. I don't know what envious means.
He's really envious of him. He's really jealous of him. That's what that means. Manny was really jealous of him, but George didn't know that because Manny never said anything. Manny just went behind his back. He said scheming. Where's that word? Scheming to use my ideas, like being sneaky and making plans to be sneaky and to steal his stuff. So because Manny was jealous of George, he secretly stole all his information and then released the AI and then took over the world.
That's crazy.
Not so rude. Okay. I want you to go over to key details and we're going to type some information. What's happening so far? This one. What's going on?
This is the old bit.
Talk to me.
Who's jealous of Manny again? I forget.
Manny is jealous of George.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Manny is jealous of George.
Yeah. Why? Why do we think he's jealous of him? Based on what we read so far.
Because Manny has all this stuff that George doesn't have. Or
Opposite.
Oh yeah. Opposite.
George made what? What took over the world?
AI program.
Yeah, and then Manny was
jealous of him for that.
So then Manny did what? What did Manny do?
She did something bad.
He did do something bad. That's why past George is with older George now. He took over what?
The world.
How?
With AI
Yeah.
things.
So let's go into key details. Manny gets jealous of George. Manny steals the AI program, right?
Yeah.
Released it to the world. it took over. Right? Cool. That's what we got so far. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 pages left.
4?
Yeah, can I keep reading?
Yeah.
Okay. From what I've seen, this world doesn't seem that bad, George remarked. A little creepy, but people seem happy, I think. Now, maybe. But this is decades after the AI unleashed terrible things. Stifling protest, silencing voices, stamping out curiosity and truth, cracking down on the actual human communities that stood in the way of the one big global community. What? George said. Why isn't any of this in the archives I read? The AI eliminated all records of negative effects of its takeover, older George responded. It only left the history it wanted to represent. Don't the people remember this? A small number do, but mostly don't. Remember, this took place decades ago, and the AI controls everything. Whatever it wants to do, it does. Older George paused. Luckily, I figured out a way to hide myself from his constant surveillance, older George continued. But I couldn't hide from the guilt. The world changed enormously, and it was partly my fault. I created the AI, so I knew that I had to fix it. I was aware that I couldn't eliminate it. It was far too powerful. I spent years trying to figure out what to do. Finally, I realized that I needed to stop the program before it was created. It took decades, but I finally figured out how to time travel, and I was prepared to send myself into the past. But then it dawned on me that I was too old and probably wouldn't survive. But I realized you, younger us, could survive the trip. So instead of going into the past myself, I brought you here instead. You're the answer. You're the one that can fix it.
Okay.
What's going on?
So, older George is telling younger George that I brought you here so you can stop this.
Yeah. What did he create to bring him there?
An AI source map.
He did create AI, but he also made time travel.
Time travel.
That's crazy. This George guy must be really smart. Let's keep reading and see what's going on. We don't have any more information to add in details, do we? Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
What else happened? You just told me.
Can I type it?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Older. Wait. Older. George. What's his name?
George.
Okay. George. Is telling younger George. What is that noise?
It's the alarm. You got it. Keep going.
Older George is telling younger George that the reason he wrong younger George was because he can with
The past, right?
the past.
Okay, now we're going to go down to conflict right here.
Where's conflict?
What was the problem? This box right here. A minute right here. What was the problem? Tell me.
The problem was that Mandy is jealous of George.
Look what I wrote.
The AI
Program.
took over the world.
Now let's figure out the resolution because we only have a half hour and we have to move on to some writing stuff, okay? Okay, so let me keep reading. You invented time travel so that I could change the past, George exclaimed. It sounded impossible, but here he was in the future talking to himself. But wait, he said to older George, how can we actually be here together? Isn't the world in danger of exploding or something because we messed with time? Is it possible to change the past? Will you exist in the past if it's changed? Is it possible to create a different future? All very good questions, older George responded. How is this possible? Well, years and years of research and scientific development, my young friend. As for your other questions, my only answer is that I suppose we will find out. I keep thinking if we can change what was done, it might be worth the risk. I hope we can. A beeping noise came from older George's pocket and an image instantly appeared in the air, showing the door to his home. An army of floating robots was hovering outside. Oh no, I thought we had more time. Come with me. Older George quickly left the room and together they hurried down a flight of stairs. At the bottom, they entered older George's laboratory, filled with complicated-looking machinery. Older George pointed to a closed door. Go in there. I should be able to get you back to the exact time from when I got you. Should? George asked. You don't know? George felt frightened, but he decided to trust his older self. He watched as older George began pressing buttons. Sounds of thunder came from outside. The machinery began humming. Older George gave his younger self a hug. I wish we had more time together, he called. But remember, if we can change what was done, it will all be worth it. Go now, he pointed to the door. George turned the knob, walked into the empty room, and closed the door. There was a blinding light. George closed his eyes. I want you to read the end. Okay?
So this...
From right here, yep.
Okay.
There's just a couple of paragraphs. What seemed like... Good.
What seemed like a few seconds passed when George opened his eyes. He was standing outside the
observatory.
Observatory.
See, I messed that one up too. Standing outside the observatory.
It was nighttime. Members of the class were still coming out of the building. Manny ran over to him.
Manny ran over to him.
Manny ran over to him, screeching, George! I thought you were still inside. Wow. His pal said, this has been one wild night, and for once you had nothing to do with it. George started at his best friend. No, but George slowly replied, nothing at all. As they boarded the bus, George sat next to Manny. His mind was buzzing with everything he had experienced. His peek into a distant future, meeting his older self, learning such disturbing things that were to come, and what he'd heard about Manny. What happens next? George wondered. Should he just not create the AI? But if he didn't, would someone else do it? And who would? And who could he stay friends with Manny now that he knew so much? It hurt George's head to think about it all. As the bus began moving, Manny turned to George. "Hey," he exclaimed.
Mm-hmm.
"How about you come over to my house this weekend and watch a movie?" George took a long time before replying. "Okay, I guess," George finally said. But let's not watch any
Sci-fi movies.
Okay?" Manny looked confused, but then laughed and nodded. George took a deep breath and stared
out
the window. The night sky was clear. So was his mission. He needed to change the future. The end.
Okay, so let's go. We only have like a little bit of time. So let's go back to our story map.
That was a lot.
You did great. Let's go back to our map.
It was fun. Okay.
How was the problem solved? Do we know?
George went back to his real time.
George went back to the past to change the future, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're sleeping together.
Now, theme and lesson, we're not going to do that section. I want you to we're going to leave that blank. We're going to go back to key details, and I want you to type in a quote from the story. So I want you to find a quote that that tells us what the problem is in the story. We're going to type it in conflict, actually. So what did we write under conflict? What did we write under conflict?
Conflict. The AI program took over the world.
I want you to find a quote that talks about, this is the end, right? Okay, it's on this page somewhere in this paragraph. I want you to find a quote that tells us how we know that the AI took over the world.
I can't concentrate with the music and the alarm.
I want you to find a quote in here that tells us that the AI took over the world.
In a matter of months, it controlled the world. So, this and this.
Okay, so I want you to write that with
Okay.
quotation marks under conflict right here. I want you to write the quote.
Okay.
Like down here. My cursor is. If it lets you go there. I don't know if it does.
It does.
With quotes.
Should I do in a matter of months it controlled the world?
Yeah.
Okay.
From there to there. You got it.
almost done.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Now, since that is done, that was good. Okay. So what's the main problem in the story?
The main problem in the story is the AI program took over the world.
And what quote tells us that?
In a matter of months, it controlled the world.
Nice. Make sure you have quotation marks. Okay. Oh, I put too many. It's fine. Okay. So, last thing we're going to do is we are going to
Type more.
We are going to type more.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
We have a few minutes left.
Okay.
We actually have like 20 minutes left. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a handwritten draft,
Okay.
and then we're going to type it. So put the computer to the side.
Okay.
We're going to start here. We're going to do a handwritten draft of something.
Okay.
Then we're going to use a checklist to analyze it. Then we're going to type it. So I was going to have you do a longer story, but because we're short on time, we're going to do a shorter story.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the story?
So let's think about one of your favorite times with family or friends. Do you like telling that story out loud? Could you tell me a story? Something quick that you did.
Disney.
Okay. Tell me about your favorite ride at Disney. Tell me right now before you write it.
Actually, Virginia.
Okay, yeah, you went to Virginia the last week of
Yeah.
August. What was your favorite part of that trip?
Busch Gardens.
What happened on your trip to Busch Gardens?
We went on so many roller coasters.
Okay. I want you to write
My
me...
favorite was the Griffin one.
Okay. I want you to write me a quick paragraph about the Griffin ride at Busch Gardens. Okay?
Scary. Okay.
So if I say, okay, I'm thinking of a time I went to the park. Let me tell you how to do it. I would write down, I packed food, I played soccer, we had fun together. I'd like make some notes. That's how I work. I make notes, and then I would think of a beginning sentence. Like last month, I went to the park with my family. We had a picnic. And then I would write, some information, and then I would close it. You're going to write about the Griffin ride at Busch Gardens?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would start with
the Griffin.
In August.
Okay.
I went to Virginia, or whatever, however you want to start it.
And how do you spell August?
August.
August. How do you spell it again?
August.
Okay, thank you. In August, I went to how do you spell Virginia?
V-I.
Oh.
Capital V. I-R-G-I-N-I-A. Okay?
Virginia. In August, I went to Virginia. And I went to, how do you spell Busch Gardens?
Figure it out. You can do it. Even if it's not right, the computer has spell check and will help you, okay? Let me see. Move your hand. Okay. Write me a couple sentences. You can do it.
It was like really scary, so I'm trying to like remember it because it was like really scary. Okay. How do you spell Griffin?
No idea. G. In. Sound it out. You got it.
Griffin. Griffin. Ride. It was so scary. I got on the ride and it took me around to where the drop was. We were about to drop, but it stopped and I was tipping 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 forward. Forward. Then it went so fast down. My hand hurts. How many more minutes?
A few.
A few.
You gotta finish this.
Then,
Okay, can you read it out loud?
in August, I went to Virginia, and I went to Busch Gardens.
Right here.
I went on the Griffin ride. It was so scary. I got on the ride, and it took me around to where the drop was. We were about to drop, but then it stopped. I was tipping forward. Then it went so fast down. Then I was going upside down and twisting. That was the ride.
Okay. Make a title.
Wait, everything's in capital letters. It has to be capital letters because it's scary.
Okay. Nice. Okay. I want you to use this checklist, and I want you to check off the things that you've done. Name. What are you doing over there? Okay. Name. At the top. Okay.
I need to blow my nose.
So the last thing I want you to do is I want you to reread your story, and I want you to fill out the checklist, and then if you need to make any changes, you're going to make the changes based on what you checked off the checklist, and then the session's over.
I read it. The story makes sense. The story has a clear beginning and the story has a clear middle and plot. The story has a clear ending, yes. Each sentence is a complete idea. I use it in interesting and description. I wrote a catchy title. Each sentence begins with a uppercase letter. Let me see. What does that say?
Quotation marks are used to show when someone is talking. Nobody talked in your story, so just check it off. Check that off too, because we didn't do that one.
No.
Well,
So do I just put a check mark anyways?
yeah. You didn't really need to correct anything, so check that off.
No. But that's okay.
Okay, put this here.
Am I done?
Well, let's see. Nope.
Do I have to type it?
No, we don't have time for that.
Okay, good.
I need you to do something.
What? What do I have to do?
Busch Gardens. Find where it is in there. Capitalize it, because it's a place. It's a noun.
Okay.
I want you to underline your title. And I want you to write the author's name underneath the title. Very cute. Let's see it.
I'm done.
No, you're not.
Aww.
Okay, I'm going to take this picture of this. Okay. Anything else you did in Virginia that you thought was fun? I'm not going to make you out of it. I just want to ask you. Sit down.
The hotel was actually really
Where
pretty.
did you stay?
The Comfort Hotel.
Okay.
It was like so comfortable.
It was comfortable?
Yeah.
That's funny.
But the pool only went up to 5 feet.
Okay.
So.
You went in the pool at the hotel? That's really fun. I love doing that.
It was really fun. But to scratch my fingers on the bottom of the pool.
Everybody does that.
No, but it was like.
Is it like bleeding?
Yeah, it was like.
Ew,
really,
in the
really
in the
bad.
hotel pool?
No, because I got out like right away because I knew
hurt?
it was gonna start bleeding.
Yeah.
I was like, ah. But underwater.
Stay there.
Aww.
What about? So you came back from Virginia. How many days before school started? Like you came back that weekend before school started, or like the day
I
before?
came back Sunday.
Okay, and school started Tuesday,
No.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
Okay. Very cool.
Am I done?
No,
What else?
nothing. We're just talking for a second while I pack all this stuff up. You did really well with the prefixes and suffixes sort. That was really tricky for me when I was setting it up.
Okay.
And you flew through that, so that was really awesome.
On my way.
We have 2 minutes before I can stop this. So what else do you want to talk about? So we're gonna meet again for another 7 weeks, and we're gonna do similar format. So there's gonna be 4 different areas today. Today we did phonics, fluency, comprehension, and writing. Those are the 4 that we focused on today. How is this compared to the last sessions? Is this more fun because we're actually doing stuff instead of just test?
Yeah.
It was less horrible? I hear you when I see you. Okay. I was really excited to get to work with you again on these things. Let me let him out.
What was it? Go.
add technology into every session that we do. So we're always gonna have the Chromebook with us, and we're gonna do some more stuff. So as the sessions go on, I'm gonna incorporate a little bit more and more tech into it. So then hopefully, when you're writing, we can write longer passages on the computer. We would have done that today, but we did run out of time. But that's fine because the phonics section actually went a lot longer than I thought it would. I thought that would be one of the shortest sections of the session, but it went pretty long, so that was fine. I was happy with the way that it worked out because we needed a lot of practice there, and we got the practice. What was your least favorite thing that we did today?
Reading.
Okay, fair.
Well, the last thing we read
With the AI?
Yeah. I liked that one, but the breathing one, not
Yeah,
so much.
the Dibbles one?
Yeah.
It's boring.
Yeah.
Okay, what about your favorite thing we did today? The seashell game? Yeah. I'm going to find some games to bring into each session with us, too. This way it makes it go a little faster.
Yeah.
Let me stop this and we can keep talking.